G'day everyone, welcome to Xrissart. I'm Chrissy, thanks for joining me and welcome to the live stream. I just want to make sure that everything is going, music, people. I just wanted to say g'day to everyone. Jelena came in earlier, sorry, I can't join the stream today, UK time changed. That's okay, Jelena. Hope to see you soon. Again, g'day Wendy. Everyone, please, before I start and saying hello to everyone, just wanted to say thank you to Wendy for moderating and helping out with the stream. I have her link in the description box below, so make sure you go and subscribe and have a look at her channel. And she's also started streaming, folks, so just stay tuned for those as well. G'day Gary, hello there, how you going mate? And the Queenslanders, here we go, Lindy and Gary, hello there. Let me see, oh g'day Heidi Marigold, hello, welcome. Let me see, who else have I got here? Chandri, g'day, hello, how you going? Kenny, hello mate, how you going? Nice to see you. Who else? Oh, Coffee Cat. G'day Joanna, how you going? Hi everyone, I'll be dropping in later, but I'll be there. Just got home late. All good. What's this? Kenny, Needy and Brushy are probably going back to their drawers now because Chrissy is coming. I'll listen to you, funny man. Pumpkin Spice, hello there, how you going? Christy V, hello, how you going? Suptum, Andy, hello. I want to make sure I don't forget anyone. Sherry, hello, I don't think I've seen you here before. Good morning from Alpine, Alabama, USA. UBT, Amy, hello. Oh my goodness, all this energy, I'm loving it. Okay, all right, shall I start now? Okay, all right. I just, hang on, if this music is too much, just go, hey, Chrissy, this music is too much. But, you know, I love music in the background. Okay, I've turned it down, hopefully. So let me know if that's okay. All right, let me know. Okay, what we have here, last Sunday, first of all, this is Pastels on Pastelmat, PanPastels and Pastel Pencils. I have everything around me, PanPastels. Oh, record, Chrissy, record. Pastel Pencils, is the music okay now? Please let me know. I don't want it to be annoying. All right, Lindy, tell me. Music is good now. Okay, great, wonderful. Last Sunday I was painting in my working stream where I was supposedly working more, chatting less, I think, but I did. I actually managed to get quite a bit of this done. There's still the clouds that I've got to be a little bit more, and there's the water and all of that. But once I put this fellow in, that's when I will come back and tidy things up and make things lighter or darker. What I wanted to do is work on skin tones mainly, and it'll be this area here. There is the beard and the hair, as you know, it's my favorite things to do, but things that I've just got to always just keep in check. Anyway, this fellow is the Water King of Hearts. He is, I am repainting this fellow, and only because I've had to add, I felt that this king was not strong and didn't stand up to the other King of Hearts. He was not as strong, and I decided to add another element, which was the dolphin. So here we go. I just was, hang on a sec. Let me see. Amy says, Oh, Chrissy, this is stunning already. Oh, thank you so much, Amy. G'day, sweetie. Miguel is my son. Everyone say hello to my son. Hey, everyone, and hey, Ma. Oh, there you go. Kenny says, this art piece looks like a new story of Middle-earth after Frodo completes his journey. Oh, Kenny, there's always something. I know, but you know what? You know what? It could always be that, couldn't it? Couldn't it? All right. Okay, so I just started doing the eyes, but I won't... It won't take me long to do the eyes. It'll only be a rough version of the eyes because I'll go back in and touch it up. But what I wanted to do was just to concentrate on some of the skin tones. But I might have to get this the eyes in the way I want them to. So so I hope everyone's week is going well so far. This is what we call here in Australia Hump Day, being Wednesday. I don't know what everyone else calls it in their country, but here in Australia we call it Hump Day because it's the middle of the week, or the working week, that is. And so, yeah. So these eyes, now the reason why I'm doing these eyes is because somehow I just can't get past doing the face. I feel it's a bit awkward when I'm doing, I mean, I can't get with the rest of the face if I don't do the eyes okay, or because I'm constantly looking at his face. And even if I don't do the eyes so well, if I've got it sort of, you know, 80% down, then I'm okay. So just let me do the eyes before I get stuck into the and I'm using all sorts of colors, like for example the whites of the eyes. I usually use a warm gray normally so and to look at them, I don't know if you can see, but is this, maybe I can just zoom in so you can actually have a look, because it's just too tiny. So I'll go real slow and then I'll zoom out. Oh, maybe that might be okay. Yeah. All right. So you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. And so the pencils that I'm using at the moment is just pastel pencils, and I know that I always talk about it, that I don't like Derwents, and I'm always using Derwents apart from all the other things, as you can see. But whoop, there it goes. G'day Shannon, hello there, how you going? Let me see, I just have to refresh you for a minute. Okay, I'll just pop this out for a moment. All right, okay, so yeah, I don't really like them because they scratch, but it's the colours that I'm actually falling in love with, to be honest. So, and to look at the eyes, it's not really all that much going on here. And I've got some skin tones. What I've got too is I'm going to be using my bit of paper so I can be mixing with. Kenny says, a shop here in Singapore called Art Friend sells tons of Derwent coloured pencils. I mean, you know what? Derwent actually makes some fantastic products. They've got some light fast pencils, which is their latest, which is one of their, you know, best products which they've brought out. I don't have, by the way, which I'm going to get at some point when they release the full set. I don't want to get part of the set. I want to get the full set, so I'm hanging out for that. And you know, there's the Inktense, and there are so many other products which I like, but they're pastel pencils. I'm just wondering if Derwent are listening, which I don't know if they are, but if they're listening, please don't make them so scratchy. I love your colours. I love your colours a lot, but don't make them so scratchy. That's the only thing that I can say about them. So it is not much. Oh, g'day Brenda. Hello, how you going? Oh, g'day Peggy. Hello there, how you going? Welcome all, welcome all. So I'll just get this in and I'll just start. Now, of course, I'm going to work on the eyes. They're nowhere near finished, but I really want to get stuck into the skin tones and then I'll go back. So I'm just having a look at my reference, make sure. Okay. Yes, I'm told it's called being impatient, so I better just stick with this for a moment. It's called being told. Being told. Okay. So the surface that I'm using is Pastelmat, and of course one of my favorite surfaces to work on. I don't know how many times I've got to talk about it, but I do. I know I do all the time, and I think a lot of people are into this surface as well. So it's not just me, it's a lot of other people, isn't it? Oh, can you really? Should I close? You know what? That door is sort of semi-closed. Shall I close it a little bit? Is it bothering everyone? You know what? I'll explain to you what's going on. A friend of Dave's has actually come from Western Australia, all the way over the Western Australia, and he's down here in his shed, which is sort of like Dave's given me part of his shed. So, and they're out just talking boys stuff. And so that's what's going on. Oh, isn't that funny? Oh, g'day, Jacqueline. Hello there. How you going? Oh, hello, Oksana. Long time no see. Long time no see. Wonderful. Okay. All right. Sounds like you're having company there today. Yes. Yes, Heidi. Yes, you are correct. You know, there's always someone popping by our place. I've been accused of being a social butterfly sometimes. Okay, here we go. Let me see, where did that go? I had a colour. Where did it go? Some soft greys. Okay. I'll just sharpen these. I just want these like super sharp to get into. Oh, look, there it is. It's hiding underneath my glassine paper. That's what I was actually after. Just leave that sharpener there. Okay, Chrissy, does this mean you'll be having red wine tonight? Well, yes, it does. I've had it and I'm finished now with my red wine. Well, it is evening now. It's probably about going on to 10:15 in the evening. So, yes, not so morning. But since when does that make a difference? I have a question about the waterfall. Oh, but now I'm scared because it's sort of a critique. Oh no, go ahead. Shall I shut up, Ski, or can I ask? See, I've gone all polite now since everyone told me to quit drawing. Oh, look, don't worry. This is actually going to change a bit. It's not going to be like that. I've actually noticed a few things which I don't like, Shannon. So all is well. Whatever you're going to say, I've noticed. But fire away. You are quite welcome to. Why not? All is okay for you to do so. I've got thick skin, and I'm always welcome to critiques, whatever the case may be. I don't see Pastelmat selling in Art Friend. Maybe it's not available in Singapore. Oh, that's really strange, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's funny you should say that, Kenny, because I'm actually surprised that Pastelmat. I know that it's huge in Europe because they're French, so I'd say it'd be huge in France and European countries. I'm only assuming here, okay? I'm only assuming here. The only reason why I've got it and it's so readily available for me is because the art shop that I supply, that I get my supplies from, they are a distributor in Australia, and you're not going to believe it. How fortunate am I to be a hop, skip, and a jump away? A hop, skip, and a jump away. So that's the reason why I've got amples of it. But even if I didn't and I discovered it online, I would be making sure that I get it. It just makes all the difference. But I'm told Wendi has actually mentioned that in the USA on, I think it was Amazon, that they don't have all the colors. Is that right, Wendi? Yeah, they don't. Jerry's and Blick's only have 2 color shades, so that is the difference. I'm told, which is a shame, really, but I'm sure that once they catch on that every man and his dog, oh, hang on, that's Aussie for everyone. Every man and his dog. Is that a saying anywhere else other than Australia? Oh, okay. Yeah, but every man and his dog has it. So hang on, now I just went off on a tangent. I forgot what I wanted to say. Okay. Kenny says, Chrissy, maybe I'm not looking hard enough, or I can't recognize a Pastelmat. Oh, it will say Pastelmat by Clairefontaine. You will see it. You will definitely see it. There you go. Heidi, Lady Marigold says it's available on Amazon. There you go. Amy says, is it? That's what I predominantly work in, colour pencils. Well, there you go. It's beautiful for colour pencils. Absolutely. Oksana says, Chrissy, have you tried UArt paper? Yes, I have, and it's a wonderful paper as well. If so, what is it like for you in comparison with Pastelmat? Different texture, so my application would be different. I do love UArt. That is up there for me, definitely up there for me, one of those papers. And there's another one by Pastel Fix by Hannah Müller, it's German, which reminds me of Pastelmat, but it's actually 170 GSM, lays down like Pastelmat, but a much thinner paper. UArt is also very, very nice, but it's so hard to go away from Pastelmat, you know. It's but for those who don't have it, UArt is also a very nice paper. Most definitely, most definitely. Okay, I'm just making room because I want to start. How about if I just do, let me see, how about if I do that? Because I want to start mixing some skin tones. And I'm using brushes. And I've also got my little sponge tools here. they're by Sofft Tools, as you can see. Just as you can see, so different. So I'm going to have much better control than this, although I can get in with the little tips. I can do that, so that's pretty good too. Last time I checked, Amazon had all the colours of Pastelmat. Well, there you go. See, everyone go to Amazon. Good. So waterfalls spill over from overflowing, and the water always sits flat as it spills over. How come the water spouts up as it comes out of the tower? It's powering out of there, and it is powering out of there, and something is going to happen down here, so don't worry. I'm going to fix it, Shannon. I'm going to fix it. Yes, I have seen it myself, so not to worry. Kenny says, hang on, let me start mixing. Kenny says, I'm mixing, first of all, I'm mixing, here we go, burnt sienna shade, and I'm going to be mixing a few. I just want to make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing. And I've got a few of these here, which I've grabbed close to me. And this is burnt sienna. This fellow, he's actually quite fair. So, and more on the orangey, tingy side, bordering on pink. So I'm going to make sure that I'm just getting all of these colors and mixing these colors. But I'm going to start off with the darker colors first. And here we go. Let me see, have I missed anything? Have I missed anything? Oksana, it's not the same surface. You really can't compare to sanded paper. I like you, Art, but I prefer Pastelmat, says Peggy. Yes, it's really, really nice. Hang on, just want to make sure that this is the color I want here. Here. Yes. It's just a different surface. I can't explain it. And I know, you know, if someone can explain it, it's, I don't know, like, it's not even hard on your fingers, but yet it can cope with a lot of layers. UArt is, if you, it's, after a while, it's, you know, hard on your fingertips, but it's good with layers. So, and this is what you're, well, you know, this is what you're faced with. So, Chrissy, those small brushes look so cute, like baby brushes. Yeah, you know, teeny brushes. Actually, and you know what? I actually need smaller brushes than that. I'm actually going to have to go teenier. Here we go. That's better. And we're going darker here. Yeah. And this is quite dark here. I might even, here we go. Burnt sienna extra dark. I'll move this over here because I'll be using this on the dark side here. I prefer. Okay, let me see. That would be a cool design for a water feature, like I have a glass. Okay. Kenny says, Chrissy, you might know this Australian tradition when this is being said, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. If you say that to an Aussie, this is what they'll say to you. If you say Aussie, 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 they'll go oi, oi, oi. That's exactly right. Where did you hear that from? Interesting. Pastelmat is made from fine cellulose fibres. Well, there you go, Peggy. You've been doing some research, haven't you? Yes, you have. Now, it's interesting, this area here is the skin colour part. So, I'm just, all I'm going to be doing here is just going dark first. And I'm not quite sure if you can see. Oh, maybe you can't see this. I just need you to see when I'm mixing. No, okay, I'm going to go out a little bit, just a little bit. The other way. There we go. Kenny says, an Australian pastor taught us that. Oh, serious. Oh, wow, that's so funny. Okay, it's just so... just want to make sure you can see. That's all. Okay. What's been happening this week for me? You know, nothing really that I can brag about too much. Just, you know, just my day job and always thinking about art. Although my day job that does take up quite a bit of energy. Oh yes, yeah. Oh, that's right. And my son Miguel is coming for some leave from the army, so he'll be visiting, which is something which I'm looking forward to. I'm sure he'll be looking out to hang out with his mates. I'm not quite sure if Miguel is still in here, but definitely. I'm pretty sure that that's what he'll be doing. Okay. I'm going to continue with this little brush because I'm getting quite a bit of control with that. So I'll just persevere with this brush for the time being. What was that? Say that again. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, very little. I'm just going very, very slow at the time for the time being. Just want to make sure that I'm just getting sort of the colors that I want in the right areas. And keep on mixing, that's what I'm doing. Actually, I'll move that one here. Okay. And a color which is really good to have when you're talking about skin tones. The group that I have here are this particular fellow that I've in my reference, his skin is mainly fair, and although it's mainly fair, the colors that I'm using are the burnt sienna or the burnt sienna group, and I'm also using red iron oxide because it's a bit pinky at times. But the one color that, if you can call it a color, that will desaturate all, it is burnt umber tint. It is one of my favorites, and when it comes to doing highlights, this is the one that I prefer to use. There are also these light ones. This is burnt sienna tint, I beg your pardon, and it's one that that I do use, but when I want to go extra punch, it's that one. Oh, hello Iris, how you going? Oh, g'day Chris, how you going? Welcome to the stream. Brenda said, oh, all right, panna cotta, peach tea set, drawing table ready, time to draw with Chrissy. Go for it, Joanna, go for it. Brenda says, a joke man walks under a scaffolding. The man above says, quack, 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 gobble, gobble, gobble. The man said, what are you saying? That duck turkey? I don't understand that. Not sure about that one. I don't know. Coffee, drinking or drawing tea, or drawing tea. Oh yeah, drawing tea. Yes, you do. Yes. All right. Oh, by the way, Joanna, how was Germany? Because you went for a trip, so you're back in Japan now. Does this king have a backstory, Chrissy? Just asking because, you know, I always feel like I want to meet your characters. Yes, his name is Amadeus. They all have names, and yes, they all have a story. This particular fellow, he's a bit of a vanity king, like all the water signs here, the Jack, the Queen, the Queen in particular, but the King is also into vanity, so very much a vanity king. Actually quite painful of a king, actually. So yes, good for you for asking. Okay, so I've just got that there. Duck turkey, says Brenda. Okay. Kenny says, Chrissy, should we create more new words for you today? Oh, go for it. Drinking tea, says Joanna. Coffee cat. Joanna says, Germany was fun, but a bit cold, and I caught a cold too. Oh, back in Japan now, and this week it's cold and rainy again. Oh, okay. But it's going to get warm for you there, isn't it? Has to be, has to be, has to be. Mind you, today was okay for us too. You know, you would think that. Anyway. But it's autumn for us here, so it's very nice. Okay, so these are all the colours. So I'm mixing quite a few, and there's hardly any dark bits in this fellow at the moment, but I'm putting in the dark bits so I can actually layer some light bits on the top. So this is what's going to happen. So I'm always mixing. Just also wanted to mention again for the people that are coming in later on. Oh, g'day. G'day, Anna. How are you? Anna, how are you? I've been living... okay, there we go. I'm just wondering, Joanne, do you speak Japanese? Which is really interesting. You must by now. You would have to by now. Oh. Iris says, interesting. Can't wait to see the final result and read his vibes from the paper. Oh, yes. There's also going to be, like, I'm actually going to do like a little book, a little booklet of all of these characters and what they represent, and a little bit about them, so you can understand them. So now this is looking very, very blotchy. I can see that yours, this is very, very blotchy. This is fine, but you'll know I always come good in the end. But it takes some layers. Okay, this bit here is sort of hair, so I can't really even go into that at the moment. Okay, working from the shadows in, what does that mean? Okay, all right, very good question, Peggy. But for me, the way I work, I pick out all the dark bits in this fellow's face. So if I'm working around this area, which I'm doing that tonight, I'm looking at all of the dark bits. So and then I will work my way up to the highlights at the end. It's almost like oil painting or acrylic painting, where you layer from dark through to light. So with this fellow, although there'll be so many more layers, right now you just can't see a thing with what I'm doing, but definitely there will be a whole heap of layers working from dark all the way through to light. It doesn't make sense at the moment, but believe you me, by the time I'm finished with it, you'll see what I mean. G'day Nanette, hello, how you going? Nice to see you. Nice to see you here. Yeah, I'd love to go to Japan. I like how, oh yeah, that's right. Mark Crilly's wife, I think, is Japanese. Yes. Kenny says, Chrissy, that waterfall looks like the place where Thorin Oakenshield made his final battle with the Orc King and the Hobbit. You'll always find something Lord of the Rings, won't you? Yes, you will. But, you know, I don't mind that because I love Lord of the Rings myself. Who knows what it is, but it is definitely a tower and in a rock face, so that's what it is. Peggy says, Chrissy, thanks. Okay, so it's blocking in. Got it. Yes. This is all blocking in at the moment. Picking out all the bits which even like the medium tones here, I've got dark, medium, light, just picking all of these bits, and I'm just going to keep on building, and that's what it is. And because this paper lets me do that, I'm very lucky to be able to do that. And the way that I'm doing it with this brush technique, it's very, very fine. Actually, this is really dark here. There's a shadow here, shadow in here. It will come together at the end. While I'm doing this, nothing is happening. So I might even do this fellow's eyebrows, just so I can see where it is. I need a bit of raw umber here, just so I know where they are. Here we go. Gary says, Chrissy, just to let you know, I haven't purchased any pastels this week. Surprise, surprise. And you know what, Gary? Just to let you know, FYI, I haven't bought any pastels either. Shame. Shame, shame, shame. Okay. Shame. There we go. As soon as you put the eyebrows in, it's okay, isn't it? Well, probably you can't see too much there. It's all one great big blob, isn't it? But I can assure you, it's going to happen. There they are there. And I will be using these brushes. Okay. Oh dear, oh dear. Hang on, I missed that. Who was that? Annie? Who was it? Amy? Amy. Yeah, multitasking. Multitasking at its best. What can I say? Peggy, you're reworking your Shelby portrait. Yes. Well, please tell me why you've done that. The only reason why I'm asking is I just wanted to see if you saw some things yourself which you felt that needed changing, because like this, I'm redoing this one, so I'm in the same boat. That's all I'm saying, is that you start to recognize after you've done it and you look at it and you've put it away and you go, you know what, I think I could have done this a little bit better, or I think I could have done that a little bit better. This is what happens. And it happens to all of us. That's what I wanted to say. It's not just, well, you know, us budding artists. You start to see things that you think, ah, yes, I understand that now. Or, yeah, happens a lot. Okay, so, yep, again, just looking in the dark bits, that's where I'm going. Dark bits. The dark bits in here, dark bits in there, and it's actually looking quite ugly at the moment, but it's going to look like that for a while, so I'm okay with that. But I suppose the people watching that probably thinking, oh, what's going on there? Okay, Peggy, understanding where the darks are and the lights are. Oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's the difference, you see. That's what makes it so 3D is... And not being afraid to put the darks where the dark should be. And look, I'm guilty of that. I've got to tell you, I'm guilty of that. You think, oh, should I really go dark there? But what happens if I mess it up? Oh, Oksana, okay, bye for now, bye for now. Thank you so much for popping by. Good luck on the progress, Chrissy, bye all. Okay. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Pirates of the Caribbean. I also love Pirates of the Caribbean. Who doesn't love Pirates of the Caribbean? Except for some people. Oh dear. Alright, so good thing with this brush, I just turn around and I just blend beautifully here. Now it's looking very yellowy here, or I don't know, chestnutty. Not quite there, and it's not going to be quite there for a while. So dark bits here. This is where his skin and some of his whiskers, you know how some gentlemen where their beard is sort of up where the cheekbone is. This is where this fellow's whiskers start. They start up there. So I'm just making sure that they're dark underneath, and I'll start working my way there. In here is actually quite light, so I've actually left that for the time being. And I will be mixing colours to go in there. Okay, here we go. Too dark, too light, sorry. light bits here. Oh, that's real light. Shouldn't have gone that light. Easy fix. Kenny says, Chrissy, after you mentioned his beard on his cheeks, he kind of looks like Kenny Rogers. Yes, you could say that too, but better looking. Kenny Rogers. So funny. So just so you can see, I'm actually going to bring it close to camera because I don't think you actually can see. Can you see all of this mixing? Right, there's so many different colors here. It's like an oil painting or an acrylic painting. And it is blotchy. That's Pastelmat for you, and I'm very lucky because I can build, and that's all I'm doing. I'm building very, very slowly. Some lighter colors up here, some highlights, and I'm going to punch this up later with raw umber tint, and I'm going to desaturate it with this raw umber extra, what am I saying? Raw umber tint. Okay, so just letting you know that that's what's going to happen. Yes, Chris. It is descriptive when watching you how long it takes to put layers of pans on Pastelmat. It really is time consuming. Yes, it does take a while, but you know what? That's okay. I like that because I can control it bit by bit, you know, and if I make a mistake, I'm going, oh, I shouldn't have, that's gone a bit too bright, then I can, you know, erase it. You know, so but yes, very gently. Okay. Kenny says, Chrissy the builder, she can fix it. Chrissy the builder, yes she can. That's right, Bob the builder. See, I know, funny, I know what you mean. Heidi says, Chrissy, I've never done anything bigger than 30 by 40 centimeters. Do you or anyone else have any advice for doing a large painting? Yes, I, bit by bit, and as you know, my big piece, I am, okay, the size, and it's over there on my left hand side, it is quite a big painting, as you know, 100 by 70 centimeters. Quite intimidating because I normally work with 30 by 40 centimeters, and I had to think to myself, I had to break it up in groups of this size or half the size in bits, and I thought, how am I going to do this without feeling really scared? So I decided to divide, apart from each scenes that I do are divided into sections. But that's the best way that I could do that. And I thought to begin with, I thought I will work on one bit and then do the detail and then work on the next bit and then do that and then do the detail. But while I was working, I decided to change my mind. I thought I will get quite a bit done of each section, and then I will go back and then work each section in more detail. It's only because I haven't worked on a piece that large, and I've had to think about my process while I'm doing that, because it's quite a lot of work. I thought to myself, oh yeah, 6 weeks. Because I remember having a conversation with Wendi, and she was asking me, she goes, how long do you think that you'll take on that one? And I went, oh, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks. But when I say 6 weeks, like the sessions that I have, 4 lots or 4 hours, 4 times, 6 lots of 4-hour increments. But I think double that, and maybe more than that on top of that as well. So I misjudged it, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm actually quite pleased with how that's going. But yes, when you're talking about size, and I think it all depends how you work as an artist too, because some artists work on a little section and they finish that, and then they work on the next section. I don't do that. I work probably about 80 to 90% on one section, then I move on to the next section, and then I will go back and I'll have a look at the painting, and I'll go, oh okay, this needs a little bit more, this needs to be darker, this needs to be lighter, and that's how I work generally. I've got to say generally. And it's like here now, I've probably put in about 80% here. There's still quite a bit here that I've got to work on in the rocks, and of course the waterfall and the water, but it's just given me an idea as to how it's looking, and it helps me move on to the next part, and then I'll go back. And so, but that's how I work. Everyone works a little bit differently. Okay. Oh, Chrissy, random question. Yeah, random question. I just found it. Is it just me, or is yellow the worst color to use? I can't find a decent photo reference. It all looks the same color, no difference in value. Well, there is yellow and then there is yellow. But I understand about yellow. That doesn't make any sense. But let's pull out some yellows. If we're talking about yellows, I don't know, I'm just going to grab a whole heap here. Pencils, yellows. There's a yellow. That looks similar. Hang on, I'm just going to pull them out, and I'm going to bring them up to the camera. I'm just finding some yellows which I think are different in shade. Some more orangey yellows, some more yellow, mustard yellow like ochre, some are more green yellow. Oh, this is a beauty. Pit pastel. Okay, so this is an example, and I'm bringing a few different pastel pencils out, and one very orange one. How about that? Oh, how about that? Oh, and here's a beautiful one. Wow. So, iris. Here we go. We have orange yellows, lemon yellows, pastel yellows. I'm not quite sure. No difference in value. Some are a little brighter, but I do understand what you mean. I suppose it's how you mix with them. They all look pretty much the same value there, don't they? Except for these orange ones here. the Contis. They're more on the here. So there you go. Some lighter than others, like for example this lemon yellow. There's a green yellow. Could be in the same value, not just a little bit darker. So yeah, I see your point. I suppose it's how you mix them with other colours to make it look yellow. You can do that as well. You know, so here we go. Yeah, well there you go. Very good point. Actually, I like that question. I like those random questions. Okay. Okay, I can see the difference in the pencils, or some of them, but the photos are horrible. Wendi and Anne suggested to turn the photos black and white. Yes, 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 I would agree with that totally, 1000%. It's like Chrissy is the master of the, what, minions? Oh yeah, all those yellows. Kenny, serious. Or with greys, says Shannon. Here, let me just get back to it. Let me just keep on going ahead. And says, I said this tip to Iris. Try turning the reference photo black and white and then hype up the contrast. That might help. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea too. That's a good idea. Well, it's either a lemon yellow or a cad yellow or a cad yellow light. Is it a medium, a cad? There are different cad or cadmium levels of yellows. I can't say it. Richard Chamberlain. Who said that? Richard Chamberlain. Who said that? Lindy. Oh my God, you're showing your age, darling, like me. Because I know who that is. Yes, he does look a bit like Richard Chamberlain, actually, when I'm looking at the reference photo. Oh, dear. He could very well be. Oh, g'day, Steve. Hello. Thanks for the insight. I have a scar on my knee. I can now, for the first time in my life, point it out to women, smile and say, I be sexy now. Jeez. Oh, wow. Funny. All right, let's just work on this area here. On his nose. Oh, it's a bit orange. Tone it down with this. I need this bit to be dark. And what I will do is this sort of goes there. Small brushes here. Does look rather messy here though, but just getting where the bits are. So, okay, highlight there, dark here, dark around the nostrils. Of course, that's going to all change. Just covering the surface. There's something. Okay, I need this colour. Again, burnt carmine is a colour which I use a lot for from the Derwent, and it is a very nice colour for where I use for nostrils and just the dark reddy bits. In this, like there are some, they're not quite dark, they're not quite black or dark brown, but they're more on the dark skin color, and this is where the burnt carmine comes in. But I do mix that, and I will. This king does look intense, Christine, because he is intense. I love doing portraits. It's one of my favourite things to do, and I know that I've got quite a bit to go. Like, yeah, I just enjoy doing them. Women I love doing the most. Yes, they do have even more hair. Yes. There we go. That's starting to... Okay. This is sort of light here, and I will use some of my mixture. I just wanted you to see how this mixture is all happening again. Now, I know that I show you this, but can I show you even more? See? I just want to make sure that you can see what I'm doing. And with a small brush I can go in. I have been getting questions, what differences do you see, the difference between using something like that as opposed to that? That's the difference. I don't even need to say much more than that. This is fantastic. But I don't think I could get in and do this with the eyes, for example. Whereas I can use this brush and go in with the eyes like that. Difference. That's the difference. So I'm getting into these little areas here, and I'll build up again. I'm always going to be building up. And the pastel pencil is going to be the last thing I put on. So okay, so oh, g'day Deb, how you going? Welcome, welcome. Playing, oh, I was about to say, oh no, better not. I didn't. I just stopped myself from saying something. It didn't sound right as I was saying it. I was just about to say I'm playing with my king. It doesn't sound the way I want it to sound. Oh dear. Oh, Chrissy, what is wrong with you? Okay. So I don't know if you can see, the king is starting to, see how it does take a while, but I'm actually going to come close. Can you see this closely? I think you can, yeah. On screen, I think it doesn't look as it does on here. In real life, it looks a bit more saturated than it does. I can see what it looks like on screen, and it doesn't look as saturated. It's more on the warmer side. I think what you're seeing is more on the colder side, but yes. And Lindy, he is actually starting to look more like Richard Chamberlain, actually. A young version with a beard. Wow. Christine, yes, Christine, playing with the king, yes, if I do say so myself. Oh dear. Oh, let me see. Got to go to the gym now. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you so much, Nanette, for popping by. I know this is your day for exercise, so way to go. Chandri, my dad is here. Have to go. Okay, Chandri, thank you so much for popping by. Nice to see you here. Hope to see you again as well. It's a good thing she does talk though. It's what. Oh God, thank you so much, Heidi. Oh dear. And you know what? There is a little bit of this, and I'm actually going to touch that. Wow, I can actually see that just a touch in here. The shading. Yes, just a touch. And it also desaturates it a little bit. Here we go. Oh yes, I actually like that. I just noticed this tinge of green or turquoise. Turquoise, I just noticed it after all this. It's going to make that, I think. Okay, this reference photo, one of my favorite places to look for reference photos is deposit photos. Pixabay is also a place where I like to look, but this fellow is from deposit photos. and I've changed him. I've changed him, even though I pay a subscription and there is a license for this. I changed him. I didn't want to do exactly how it was in the photo. I just liked him, his face, Mr. Chamberlain, like Lindy says. Oh wow, I like that. So if people watching this, and if you've got these brushes, this is how I use them. Now I notice you, Christine, you were using these brushes. Remember, we were talking about the angle and this one. Now I've also got, oh gosh, where is it? Anyway, but I saw the brushes that you were using. I think, did you have one like this? But there wasn't anything at the end of it. Oh gosh, it was right here. Are they some? Hello, Robin. Oh, hello there. How you going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah. So, anyway, we were talking. I think at your last stream as well. But you can see that when you use these brushes, you just slowly build. That's all it is, slowly. Janice, hello, welcome. Yes, they are wonderful, and I saw them at Walmart afterwards, so I can get some more. Oh, okay, great. Okay, so here we go. There's, let me see, his eyebrows here, that's here, a little bit more here. And, oh, dark, I want dark. Yeah, don't be afraid to go dark. I've just sort of, I'm just trying to get where the lights are, where the darks are, before I can just keep on going in with the lights, with the darks. Pretty much just knowing where my map is, really. There's a bit of skin here as well. That's going to go, there are going to be whiskers that are going to go over that, but so long as I know where that is, that's fine. Is the music okay? Is it too loud? Here we go. And what I'm using here to go lighter is raw umber tint. And mixing it, sorry, I should show you how it's working. Here we go. Oh no, you can't see that, can you? Here we go. Oh, you can't see that either. I'm too close. Here, oh no, can you see that? Oh, here we go. Now where was I? And you know what I say? I say use any kind of tool at your disposal to give you the effect or the outcome that you're looking for. Just because they're pan pastels doesn't mean that you have to use the Sofft Tool applicators. Although these are fantastic, please don't get me wrong, I use these all the time. But there are certain things I would love, if PanPastel are listening, I would love PanPastel to make a little applicator, say even like the sponge like that. Wouldn't that be good if they could make a little tool like that? I might have to write to them. I'm just wondering if they could make a tool which is as tiny as this brush. That would be something. So there you go. I have tried the silicone shapers. Not a fan. Or I don't know why. I have silicone paint brushes. No, I have. Okay, I don't know silicone paint brushes. Maybe I should have a look. That's interesting. See, it's all about size does matter. Size does matter. So I'm actually really liking the way this fellow is slowly coming together. Just working on him very slowly, slowly building. And that's what it's all about. Well, Heidi, I'm actually going to write to them too. I'll go, can you please consider making a little brush the size of 1/8 of an inch? Oh, could you imagine how much they would sell of those? That's a fabulous idea. Maybe I might actually send them an email. Sure, I'll send them an email. And size does matter, okay? What we were saying was, wouldn't it be good if PanPastel would make a sponge brush the size of this brush here? That's where size does matter. So there you go. There's always an explanation. There's always an explanation. Should I blame you, Wendi, again for this? Absolutely. Let's all blame Wendi. Gang up on me. What's up with that? Oh, gosh. Chrissy started this one. I had nothing to do with it. Says Wendi. Yes. Sometimes we do need something small too. Well, everything matters. Okay, I have said twice already, I was talking about yellow pencils. Nobody's actually ganging up on you. Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, gosh. Okay, so. All right, so. I'm actually really liking, I mean, you probably can't tell, but I know how this is going to come up. I can feel it, I know, and I'm really excited with the way he's coming together. But as you can see, like from when I first started, building layers, putting down where the darks are going to be, putting where the lights are going to be, then the mid-tones, and then just build up around it. Yes, and this little brush is helping me do that very nicely, very gently. I'm not hurting the tooth of the paper, and I'm going to be able to go I don't know how many layers. I'm not even worried about it at the moment because I know I'm going very, very light with this. Wow, I wish you could see. You can't see. I wonder if I can adjust. Oh, I'm too scared to adjust. I don't want to press any buttons because I don't want to lose you guys. Okay. And I need a bit of pink as well in this. Hello Barbara, good morning to you. Hello, hello. Chrissy, I tried a few silicone shapers for PanPastels and most were nothing special. I did find one that works really well. No idea why one brand was good and the others were not. It's all about experimenting and it's all about your techniques and how you work it. I'm actually quite confident in that because some people have used the same brushes that I have and are having to modify their techniques. A good example, Wendi was one who was using these brushes, and Wendi has developed her own style and technique in using these. And she said to me, she goes, Chrissy, I don't know how you're using these, but I've developed my own style. That's it. And it's all about the artist, which goes back to what you were saying, Lindy. Few silicone, like some were working for you and some weren't. It's all about your techniques. I'm pretty firm a believer on that one. I actually, yeah. Heidi, yes, doing men's faces as opposed to women. Yes, I find it much more difficult doing the men rather than the women, purely because of the stubble, the hair, you know, although women have got hair and stuff like that, but it's, you know, it's like this one, you know, watch this space, watch me try to get this right. So yes, well, but definitely for me, women, much easier to do than fellows. But having said that, I think I've come a long way, considering I've done quite a few females. Yeah. Peggy, bye for now, bye for now. Thank you so much for popping by. I'll talk to you soon, I'm sure, I'm sure. Kenny says, Chrissy, actually, he also looks like Captain America in Infinity War with beard. You've been watching too many movies, Kenny, I think. In Infinity War with his beard. Actually, he might, actually, now that you come to think of it. Funny. Heidi says, Chrissy, I must say, you do an awesome job on both. Well, thank you so much, Heidi. Thank you so much. This fellow who now I'm redoing was, I think, maybe the second gentleman which I had done, painted. And I'm going to put the two together once I've finished, probably on a live stream, and I'll show you the difference between the two. I'm actually quite confident that this fellow is actually going to be so much more better. Just different. You will see. I can already see from the face how different it is. And I'm so excited that that's... Oh, g'day Sammy. Hello. How you going? How you going? Oh, oh, Iris... Okay. All right. Is that little just and see this color, this raw umber tint is not quite white. Oh geez, I don't know. With this camera, I don't think that you could see the difference. It looks the same actually when you're looking at it, but I can tell you now, that's more of a warm white, whereas that's more on the cool side. Although raw umber is cool, but when you, yeah, they just look different. You can't tell, but I can tell you now, I will put the white in, like I'll just do like a speck, just for that little sparkle or that little finishing touch that will finish this fellow's face off. But yes, I like how this is turning out so far. And for the shadows, this is something to use. The turquoise shade. I've never used this before, but it is fantastic for desaturating and shadows. And it's almost like, oh look, who's that? There's this artist that, or there's a lot of artists that use that green undertone before they start putting the skin tones on top. What's his name start with C? This artist that's really good at it. If Gary was still in the chat, he'd tell me. I can't think of his name, but yes, really good for undertones. Just discovering that one now. See, you learn as you do, so I'm so happy about that. Wow, wow, would never have thought to use turquoise in shadows. Okay, learning new, yes. But it's really, really good. I really like that. Just like on the inside, like just, you know, between the nose there and the eye, just at the edge of the eye. Okay. Okay. All right, so I'm just putting these little dark bits here. Here we go. This is the nostril, so I better work on just the nostril here a little bit. Just a touchy. There we go. And just blend that a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Oh yes, really like that. What I might do is now, I might define in the area here, in the eye, just a touch. I have to say, Wendy's live stream yesterday has inspired me and sort of made me think about graphite more. So I've been, I might get, might do graphite. I might surprise you all and do some graphite. So what do you think about that, Wendi? Okay, so I'm going to define some areas here in the eye area. Okay. And this is sort of coming down a bit and dark a bit here. Now, other artists might have different approach towards skin tones with PanPastels. And that's all right. I'm happy, you know, for people to pull me up and say, hey, Chrissy, what's going on here? But, you know, that's where we're all different, I think. We all approach things differently. And the pastel pencil that I'm using here is 175. And just touching on some areas here. I'm going to use that colour here, Burnt Carmine. Iris says, Chrissy, I'm curious, how did you learn that trick with the turquoise? Because it's not a colour that one would think of doing a portrait. Yes, I know, but I in the portrait, the reference that I'm looking at, there's this one spot here, just here, and it doesn't even look, it looks more green, but not so green. And I was looking at it and looking at it, and I'm thinking, what is that colour? And the turquoise is right beside me here, and I go, hang on a minute, it looks like, and the reason why it's so close is because I've got it in the water there, in the waterfall. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, it looks like that. The minute I've put it on here, I go, yep, this is it. And just a touch, because it is just a touch, and probably just a little smidgen just underneath where the little bags are around here. So let's see how we go. You know, it's all about practice, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? Practicing, just practicing. I just put some eyelashes, sorry, not eyelashes, eyebrows, but I'll probably go over that again. But there you go. Yes, I'm quite pleased with that. And just in here, this is this dark red bit. And just above here. There we go. And for the now we call it the white of the eye. What does Will call it? The sclera? Is that what he calls it? The sclera? Yeah, the sclera. Yeah. I'm using a warm grey. If any, that's probably the lightest that I should be using. There we go. Look, doesn't that make a difference? Ah, yes. And this one. Okay, there's that green that I need to put again. Here we go. Derwent, serious. That looks a bit weird actually. That eye looks weird. Looks a bit wonky. Yeah, I have to fix that. looking a bit, how are you going? Okay, where's that? Lovely. brush. Kenny says, practice, 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 and you'll be good at it. Absolutely. Practice, practice. Keep on practicing. I have to fix that eye. Maybe something. It's a bit too bright, actually. Let's have a look. Maybe something a little bit darker. And that's what I mean. I wonder, I hope PanPastel are looking at this. Well, they might not be, but to get a little sponge brush like that. Geez, that would be hard, wouldn't it? Well, it shouldn't be. But that's what we all want. We all want something that, you know, like to have detail like that. Yeah, his eyes looking a bit, don't know if I like that colour. Even a soft grey, there we go. And his eyes poking out. And you know what? I'm actually going quite light because I don't want to hurt the tooth. Oh. Something dark. And I'm using all the pastel pencils. I've got all of them. I've got the Giocondas, I've got the Derwents, I've got the Faber-Castells, I've got the brown Zales. What else have I got? I've got what else have I got nearby? The Stabilo, Carbothellos, everything. Okay. Do I need, oh, just a little bit of, where's my white? Oh, sorry. I just want, that might even be too bright. See, I haven't chosen the right colour for that. Okay, but that's all right. I will persevere with that eye. I'm sure it's going to change. I'm pretty sure it is. Oh my God. Iris, making us jealous naming all the pencils that you own. Yes. Well, you know what? There are people that own more than what I do. And they shall remain nameless. Okay. All right. I've just been told I've got way more pastel pencils than some people, but they're all, I've collected them I've collected them in the time that over the years, like, yes. All right, so, okay. Oh no, hang on, back to, just want to do this. too bright. See, teeny weeny details. Anyway, that area I'm not so happy with, but this area I'm very happy with. Need some time. And look, it's the tiniest part. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can work on his lips. He is great, but sometimes I wonder why. Oh, okay. Chrissy, did you say that's a third of an eighth brush? No, this is an 1/8. This one. I don't know if you can see that. Oh man. And that's an 1/8 of an inch too, but just different brand. Dale Rowney. It's a Taklon Angular Art Basics. But yes, it's always trying to find the right brush that'll do the right thing. I like these actually. I like these a lot. I've got to go now. Looking amazing, Chrissy. Bye, everyone. Bye for now, Amy. Thank you so much for popping by. So appreciate it. Okay. Oh, hang on. Before I go any further, just touch on his nose a little bit. This is a Carbothello, just working very gently around, just around the nose there, around the nostril, underneath. Oh my gosh, please tell me. I always need to go underneath there. Here we go. All right. Okay, bringing in Burnt Sienna Extra Dark. There's also a bit of a reddy. I'm also using the Red Iron Oxide Extra Dark. Just to, because there's a bit of a reddy tinge. So now I know where the darks are going to be. There are areas where I'm going to have to go dark, dark. Eyebrows, for example. Don't be afraid to go dark, dark, because then you can push back the lights. Now I can see that I need to go darker, and I will. Oh, here we go. And I don't know, Lindy, if you're still in the chat, so much like Richard Chamberlain. Oh dear. Now that I'm looking at it. Now I can't stop thinking about it. So funny. Wow, I'm going to do his lips now, very gently. And with his lips, although his lips are pink, I'm actually going to start off with the natural tones as well and gently work up into the pink. So I will do that. Okay. Just going to put that on top of the glassine paper. I don't want the little teeth marks to appear on my Pastelmat. Sometimes when you put pressure, that can happen, so just be careful when you're doing that. It's happened. Only reason why I say that is because it's happened to me. Now his lips look a bit pouty at the moment, so And when I'm just now, Iris, you just reminded me, another really good colour for shadows is a deep, deep violet in the PanPastels, or even a colour like this is very good for shadows. But I think they all have their place, and I think it all depends on the lighting and all of that, but in this situation this is perfect. So I'm just thinking about it again. Yeah. I'm putting extreme light pressure on his lips. I have a habit of pressing quite dark, pressing quite heavy, and I end up destroying the tooth, and then I can't work the lips. So I've actually got to be very, very careful on how much pressure I put for the lips. Now, I'm doing the lips like this because the hair, or like, you know, his beard and his moustache is all going to fall over his lips. So that's why I'm doing the lips first. And it gives us an idea when you do the eyes, the nose, the lips, gives you a really good idea of how the face is going to look. There we go. Okay. And I'm desaturating with this warm, like it's a warm French grey to me. It is Bronzale, and which other one that I like to use? Here we go. For ones that have got Carbothello, look at that one. I've got another one somewhere, but another one. This is the Carbofello one. Yeah. Although they're just a little bit different actually. Oh, this is a bit cooler than this one. Actually, I want it warm. Hello Peggy, you're back. Hello, welcome back. Okay, and I'll smooth it out with this little brush. His lips look a bit pouty, don't they? But he almost looks a bit too precious, doesn't he? At the moment. Well, you know, he is a vanity king. You know, I love me, who do you love? Type of thing. Okay. But that's all right. Okay. And just hopefully I'll get to do most of this area at some point, but this area here is silver, and maybe on my working stream, who knows, I might do the silver, but it'll be everything but using silver. It'll be the reflection from his face on here. It'll be all sorts of colors, but hopefully if I can pull it off, I'll make it look metallic silver. But yes, so watch out for that. So I just wanted to just press upon doing the skin tones today, and probably will be doing silver. And of course the dolphin will be silver too, isn't it? But it's not quite, is it? But yeah. And the dolphin actually has appeared how many times in my cards? Oh, he's appeared once for sure. In my Joker, actually. He's appeared once in my Joker. Yes. Very much Richard Chamberlain, Peggy. Thornbirds, yes. That was, I really enjoyed that. I saw the movie. I saw the movie, and I know that, yes, My Hopeless Romantic. Okay. Oh, he does so look like Richard Chamberlain, doesn't he? Oh dear, wait till the beard goes in. And he's a fair king, this one. His whiskers are fair, so... oh, he's pretty. Yes, he is, Deb, isn't he? Yes. Okay. Let's work some of these areas here. Don't see Needy. Oh yes, Needy is here. There he is. Right next to me, not far away. Very light pressure with the pastel pencil. I'm nowhere near finishing this King's skin colour, but I will be finishing soon. Hang on. Okay. Yes, Deb, he is pretty. They do, Chrissy, but I think it goes well with his personality. So did anyone get my... Yeah, okay, we've seen that. Heidi says, oh no, first of all, Sneak says, I would love to try pastels, but I think Andy might leave me if I try yet another medium. Sigh. You don't have to tell him that you're trying another medium. Heidi says, Chrissy, okay, I have to go. Lots to do today. Great job on the skin tones of your king. Thanks for streaming by all. Thank you so much, Heidi. Thank you so much for popping by, and hope to hear from you soon again for sure. Yeah. Okay, just let me touch just some certain areas here. And I haven't needed, I was about to say, I haven't needed to use my vacuum cleaner so far. Which is, I was about to say hair dryer. In fact, did I say hair dryer? All right. I mean, there will come a time when I can't put much more, but I'm actually quite pleased now. We'll most definitely will finish this off with pastel pencils. I think it just gives it that little polish. Kenny says, Chrissy, he kind of also looks like the younger Professor Albus Dumbledore from the Fantastic Beasts series. Oh wow, you know, I haven't seen that. That's one thing I haven't seen. Yeah. Yes, he does, says Lindy. Oh, okay. Now you're gonna make me go have a look. I haven't had a chance. You know what? I haven't watched hardly anything lately. But anyway, look. What I might do is let's have a look. I'm actually quite pleased with the skin tones. I think I've done quite a bit, don't you think? Okay, all right, well look, I'm just going to leave it there, but so you can see the colours that I used. I used burnt sienna, the burnt sienna group, and mainly touched on these ones. Let me just put these out here. These are the ones that I used the most. There we go. And of course, we shall not forget the turquoise. Oh, hang on, let me zoom out. So these are the colours that I used today for this fellow's skin. So how about that? But anyway, look, I just wanted to say thank you so much. I will be streaming on Sunday, trying to finish this as quickly as possible. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for popping by. You're all so sweet. You're all so sweet, and thank you for your company. Always appreciate your time. So I'll see you maybe on Sunday if you're about. You're all welcome. But until the next, before I go any further, just wanted to say again thank you to Wendi for helping me with the stream. Her details are in the description box below. Please go over there and subscribe. And thank you all so much, and I'll see you next time.